What's up everyone, Mr. NoobTube Gamer. Today we're playing Battlefield 2142 in 2021. Not to be confused with the new game that just got announced, Battlefield 2042. This is 2142. So this game takes place an entire century after 2042, but as you can tell by the gameplay, it's much less advanced than what we're gonna get with 2042 because this game came out 15 years ago in 2006. I'm sure a lot of you clicked on this video because you're hyped about the new game and you're just curious to see what this game was like, or maybe you clicked on this by mistake thinking that this was 2042. Either way, hope you enjoy because today we're going to be talking about the state of 2142 in 2021, including player counts and how the overall gameplay holds up 15 years later. And after I give you guys all that information, you can make up your own mind as to whether or not the game is still worth playing. Let's start off by talking about the player count, because that's obviously the most important thing when talking about older games. Do people still play the goddamn thing? And the answer is yes, people are still playing 2142, 15 years after the game's release and 7 years after the servers were officially shut down by EA. In order to stay online, the game is now running on a custom client called Battlefield 2142 Hub, which allows for online functionality to continue even after the official servers were taken offline. So you're going to need to install Battlefield 2142 Hub because the game won't work without it. So there are 3 servers that are still active. One of them is called Alliance Mix, and it's ran by a bunch of cunts. Don't even bother trying to get in there. They love banning people for no fucking reason, and this was my first time playing on the server ever. I didn't have the chance to team kill or do anything that would make me deserving of a ban. First time playing on there. Before I even had the chance to spawn in, I got banned by an admin. So I was trying to figure out what the hell did I do wrong? That's just not normal to get banned without doing anything. I literally did nothing because I got banned before I had the chance to even play. But then I saw the server has reserved slots, I guess for people that pay them. I don't know how it works, but that server does have reserved slots, and I guess I joined in taking that slot from somebody that had it reserved. So I thought, okay, that's pretty lame, but I guess I'll try it later when the server is less full. Then I can get right in. So I waited a few hours when the server had like 30 players out of 48. I'm like, there's no way they have 18 slots reserved. And I had no idea how long my ban lasted on that server. I didn't know if it was hours, minutes, days, weeks. I had no idea. So I'm just like, fuck it. I'll come in. If I'm still banned, then I'm still banned. But I'll at least try. So I actually get in the server. So my ban from before was gone. But before I have the chance to spawn in, I get banned again. I get banned again for doing absolutely nothing wrong. I guess the admins didn't think I was worthy enough to play on their precious server. I have no idea. But that's one of the most ridiculous things I've ever experienced in an online game before. To any of the admins of the Alliance Mix server in Battlefield 2142, you can all go fuck yourselves, seriously. So yeah, if you're trying to play Battlefield 2142 in 2021, stay the hell away from that server. Again, it's called Alliance Mix. They won't even let you play. They're nothing but a bunch of self-entitled scumbags that think they're all high and mighty, better than everybody else, and that they can choose who does and doesn't deserve to play 2142. But thankfully, these scumbags don't control the entire game. There are other servers that are still active in 2021. 2 servers, actually. Both of them are controlled by the same group of people. They're called Battlefield 2142 Reclamation. One server's in the US and the other is in the EU. Thankfully, these guys have no affiliation with that other server that loves to ban people for no reason. These servers don't do that at all. Anybody can play. They have a team of admins that will ban people if you try to break the rules, like if you try to team kill or if you cheat or do anything like that, but they don't arbitrarily ban people for no reason. They only do it when it's necessary. They don't abuse their power. So yeah, this is really the only server you can play on, the EU Reclamation server. You can play on the US server, but the problem is it's mostly filled with bots, so you're better off just sticking with the one that has actual players in. But even this server has a good amount of bots in it too, depending on what time of day you're playing. If there are enough players, you can play Titan mode. It's when there are 20 players or more, because bots can't handle Titan mode. They tried to get it to work with the bots, but because Titan mode is so advanced, it's so much more involved than Conquest mode, where you're just holding and capturing objectives. Titan mode is much more advanced than that. You have to control different sectors, and then you have to fly all the way up in the sky, go on board ships, and destroy the big Titan ship. Like, a bot can't really understand how to do that. So Titan mode is human players only. That's the gameplay you're seeing right now, is Titan mode. Both teams have giant ships. The point of controlling the sector is so that you have more rockets that you can fire at the ship, and your team wins the game when they destroy the enemy ship before the enemy destroys your ship. It's very similar to space battles in Star Wars Battlefront 2, the original one from 2005, where you have these two giant ships, and the first one to destroy the enemy ship wins. Except this one has like different sectors that you can control also. So it's a mixture of conquest with the space battles in Battlefront 2. And the objectives are still important, but there's much more involved to it. Like, you can board the enemy ship and destroy it from within. And you could see me trying to do that in this gameplay. It was a blast to play. The only problem I have with the server, the only thing I can really complain about is the connection. Oh man, you'll see it in this gameplay if you haven't already. There are so many times where I'm just lagging all over the place, and it's pretty unplayable at times. I mean, it's not that great, honestly. And haven't had quite as many connection issues as I have in this server in 2142. So just keep that in mind before you even try playing this game, that you might not have a great connection. As I've said in my other videos, if you live in like the West Coast or anywhere over there, you're not going to have a good time connecting to the EU server. Your only option is going to be to play the US server with bots. And you guys know how I feel about bots. I think they're fucking boring, and I think they're just pretty lame. Going up against bots the entire time is not fun. So yeah, just be mindful that your experience may vary depending on where you live. If you're in Europe, great. You'll have no problem having a decent connection. But I live in the East Coast in the United States, and I have a really tough time having a stable connection in this game. But when everything is working properly, Battlefield 2142 is still a shit ton of fun in 2021. All the maps are fantastic. I haven't played on a bad map yet. I'm sure there's probably one or two, but the ones I played so far, they're all amazing. And I think the vehicles are probably the best part of this game. That's what really differentiates 2142 from the other games like Battlefield 2 and Battlefield 1942, because it does have that futuristic setting. DICE was able to get very creative with their vehicle design. I love the helicopter in this game, which is pretty much like a vertibird in Fallout. If you guys ever played Fallout 4 before, you know, you could fly in that vertibird with the minigun. It's pretty much the same exact thing as that. It's really fucking cool. Then, of course, you have the mech, which is the giant thing you could ride on with 2 legs, and you can shoot miniguns out of it. It's very cool. All the vehicles in 2142 are cool. They're nice and futuristic. The same thing goes for the weapons in the game. The guns are very interesting. They have a very unique design to them because it's like 100-something years in the future. I just love the overall presentation and aesthetic of this game so much. I thought it was really cool that they actually decided to do a futuristic game, something I've been wanting in the Battlefield series for a very long time. We're finally going to get that again this year. And I'm sure a lot of people that are hyped about 2042 right now are looking into 2142 to kind of scratch that futuristic Battlefield itch. They want to see what a futuristic Battlefield game would be like. Well, this is what it is. Battlefield 2142. Still a good time, maybe not aged as well as other games like Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4. This game does not run on the Frostbite engine, as you guys can tell, so you don't have the destructibility. The gunplay, even though it's really fun, is obviously not as smooth and responsive as a Battlefield 3 or Battlefield 4. So just be mindful of that. Keep an open mind if you're playing this game for the first time. It's not going to play exactly like the games that you might have grown up with, like Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, or Battlefield 1. You can't level entire buildings, and the gunplay does take a lot of getting used to. It feels completely different, actually, than the other games. And even the vehicles don't feel quite as responsive as they do in like Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4, but they're still very fun. The game is still fun in 2021, and my first time playing was 2 days ago, so if I'm saying it's still fun, then it definitely is. I have no nostalgia for this game. I wasn't a Battlefield player back in 2006. My first Battlefield game was Bad Company 2, but I actually had a really good time playing this game, despite how old it may be, and I think you will too. So yeah, that's Battlefield 2142 in 2021. Let me know in the comments down below if you still play this game 15 years later. And as always, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.